Hi, I'm Sarah from Heirloom Creations, and I want to talk about something that we do every October for Make a Difference Day. Back in 2002, it started off as kind of a birthday party. Somebody asked me, well, what do you want to do for your birthday? What do you want? And I'm like, I don't need anything. I'm old enough. And so I started a charity event. And since then, we have gone gangbusters. So here's what started it. Back then, we would set up sergers in our classroom at the store, and people would come in and help serge together these wonderful zippered bags. And then we will fill them full of soap, shampoos, conditioners, toothbrushes, toothpaste, and make a little care package for our local charities. We have Children's Inn here in Sioux Falls. That's a place where abused women can get away, and of course they usually arrive with nothing. So these are little bags that they can get when they arrive. Also, the Banquet is another place that we often give these to, because they serve hot meals. Anybody who's in a little bit of need can go there. And once again, having a nice little bag with some basics in it will help people a lot more than you realize. So as we continued, a lot of people just kind of got sewing on their own, and now they often sew and just donate the bags finished. So throughout the years, we have sewed thousands of these bags, and it's really exciting. And I want to show you how you do it on both a serger and a sewing machine. Now, if you do it on the serger, it is much, much faster because it only takes 4 seams. So first off, you're going to start with a piece of fabric that is 10 by 16, and you need zippers that are longer than the 10-inch size. So I always go 12, 14, or longer. Now, if you're doing it on the serger, you do want to have a zipper that is a nylon zipper, because we're going to cut through it. So the metal teeth zippers, not so great. Save the metal teeth zippers for when you do it on the sewing machine. Sewing machine takes a few extra seams because you need to go around and overlock the edges and top stitch the zipper, you know, those basic things. But as you can see behind me, we have customers who have gotten very creative. More than just pieces of fabric sandwiched together. So if you're doing cotton fabric, what we're going to do is put a piece of cotton fabric on the top, piece of cotton fabric on the back, sandwich some batting, or even a piece of flannel is great. Something to kind of give it some body when we go to serge it together. You can use quilted fabric. You can get creative with your decorative stitches, do some decorative work on there, add some ribbons. There's all sorts of things that you can do. Another thing that we have found that works really well is home deck fabric. And whether it's 1 layer, or I really like 2 layers of home deck fabric with nothing else in the middle, those 2 layers put together really make a very sturdy bag. And we have a couple customers that are home decorators, so the swatch books that they have to show the samples of available fabrics eventually get outdated, and so they throw them away. But now they actually give them to us, and we cut those pieces out of the books. And a lot of them are the size we need, or we can sew a couple pieces together and make them quite creative and have that nice heavier look. So one of the things that I always say is, if you do want to do some of these and donate them to our store, that's great. But if you're not in our area, get together with some of your friends, make a whole bunch of bags, and then gather up accessories, like if you travel to hotels, and pick those up and fill them up for places where you are. I always kind of am more a local girl when it comes to charities. I'd rather give to people who keep those resources here in town. So what I want to do is first show you how to do it on the serger, and then we'll switch and do one on the sewing machine.
Start by placing the zipper right side down along the short 10-inch length of the fabric. Keeping the serger needles to the right of the teeth will make it so your zipper opens up perfectly. And I do usually check after that first one. Line up the zipper right side down to the opposite end and serge again. The most important part is to make sure the zipper is zipped halfway into the middle before you start this 3rd and 4th seam, because that cuts off the zipper. Voila! How quick is that? All right, we're stitching down the 4th side, we're going fast, and turn the bag right side out, and that's all it takes. 4 seams on a serger. For a sewing machine, I always like to take a trip around all the raw edges with an overlock stitch. See how that will contain the raw edges and not leave strings on the inside of the bag. There's an overlock foot on. You can pick any stitch that pretty much jumps off the edge of the fabric to secure those. Next, switch over to a zipper foot. Once the zipper foot is on, set your needle to be the proper needle position and place your zipper right side down on the short end of the bag. Once you're done, flip it over And if necessary, change your foot to the other side and top stitch that fabric down on the first side of the zipper. Really makes for a nice finished bag when it's done. We're going to repeat that same thing, placing the zipper right side down on the opposite end. You will need to actually unzip the zipper to do this last top stitching. So just kind of get it in there and top stitch. I'm kind of just pulling the edges away from the zipper to keep it nice and even. Zip the zipper halfway, switch back to your regular presser foot and needle in the center position. And if you want, you can reverse a couple times back and forth over that zipper to really give it a nice strong hold. And once again, when you're done, this time take scissors and cut the zipper pulls off. Remember, the stitching will hold it, and when you turn it right side out, once again, a very completed bag.